What if Africa was one country? Will it be most powerful country in the world? With area of almost 30.37 million square kilometers, it will be largest country in the world and will have a GDP of almost $2.98 trillion, which is less than state of California. It will be home to almost 1.39 billion people, which is still less than China and almost equal to India. The capital city can be Cairo or Cape Town. It will also have largest active military personnel in the world, which is about 2.5 million. If you find this
Africa, the birthplace of humanity, home to the world's earliest civilizations, ancient empires of gold, thriving trade routes, brilliant scholars, powerful kingdoms, and cultures that shaped the world. But it is also a place whose true history has often been hidden, simplified, or misunderstood. Today, in the next 20 minutes, we will explore the rich and complex story of African history, from the dawn of humankind to the great empires, the colonial period, and the rise of modern African nations. Africa is the cradle of humankind. The earliest known humans, Homo habilis, Homo erectus, and eventually Homo sapiens, emerged right here. Fossils in Ethiopia, like Lucy, date back 3.2 million years. The earliest Homo sapiens remains come from Morocco, around 300,000 years old. From Africa, early humans migrated across the world. In many ways, Africa is where everyone's story begins. One of the world's first great civilizations rose along the Nile, ancient Egypt. What many don't know is that Egypt is deeply connected to African culture. At the same time, to the south of Egypt, thrived the kingdom of Nubia, or Kush. They built pyramids, more than Egypt. They developed writing systems. At one point, they even ruled Egypt as the 25th dynasty, known as the Black Pharaohs. Egypt and Nubia exchanged culture, trade, and power for thousands of years. West Africa was home to some of the richest empires in world history. Sparkle's Empire of Ghana, 700 to 1240 AD. Not modern Ghana, but an older empire in present-day Mali and Mauritania. It controlled vast gold fields and trans-Saharan trade routes. Sparkle's Mali Empire, 1230 to 1600 AD. The Empire of Mansa Musa, often called the wealthiest man in history. His pilgrimage to Mecca astonished the world. Timbuktu became a global center of learning. Scholars wrote thousands of manuscripts. Sparkle's Songhai Empire, 1400 to 1600 AD. One of the largest empires in African history. Its capital, Gao, was a center of trade, culture, and Islamic scholarship. These empires proved Africa was not isolated, it was influential, wealthy, and globally connected. Africa was full of powerful kingdoms outside the West too. Great Zimbabwe, 1100 to 1450 AD. A massive stone city in southern Africa. It controlled gold trade routes stretching to the Swahili Coast. The Kingdom of Congo. A sophisticated kingdom with advanced political systems. It established relations with Portugal as early as the 1400s. Zulu Kingdom. Under Shaka Zulu in the 1800s, it became one of the most powerful military states in southern Africa. These nations were advanced, complex, and culturally rich. East Africa was deeply connected to the Indian Ocean trade world. Cities like Kilwa, Mombasa, Zanzibar, Lamu traded gold, ivory, spices, and more with traders from Arabia, Persia, India, and China. The Swahili culture was a fusion of African, Arab, and Persian influences, producing a rich language and architecture still alive today. Europeans first came to Africa in the 1400s for trade, not conquest. Portuguese explored the West African coast. They traded gold, spices, and later, people. Africa was not passive, many African states negotiated, traded, and resisted European influence. Between the 1500s and 1800s, over 12 million Africans were forcibly taken across the Atlantic. This brutal system devastated African societies. Millions died. Families and communities were torn apart. Kingdoms collapsed or weakened. Yet Africans resisted. Rebellions occurred on ships, in plantations, and through diplomatic negotiations. The slave trade changed Africa and the world forever. In the late 1800s, European powers carved Africa into colonies during the Berlin Conference of 1884, without a single African present. Colonialism brought forced labor, land theft, cultural suppression, artificial borders that still cause conflicts today. But Africans fought back. After World War II, African nations began demanding their freedom. Key leaders emerged: Kwame Nkrumah, Julius Nyerere, Patrice Lumumba, Jomo Kenyatta, Nelson Mandela. From the 1950s to the 1990s, almost every African nation gained independence. A new chapter began. Today, Africa is diverse, dynamic, and changing rapidly. Fast-growing megacities like Lagos, Nairobi, Johannesburg. Technological hubs like Kenya's Silicon Savannah. A young population shaping music, culture, and business. Growing economies and regional cooperation. Africa is not defined by its struggles, it is defined by its resilience, creativity, and future potential. Africa's history is ancient, powerful, and inspiring. It's a story of humanity, innovation, survival, and rebirth. If you want more deep dive videos like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. Which African empire should we cover next? Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.